and complementary angles. So if you want to look at this AC correction that we just did, again, I'm going to post it. So if you feel like it was a bit too fast, you can slow me down. Right? You can do that, right? YouTube, you can slow it down. So you go for it. Okay. So here we go. I will ask you to do this. Okay, just with me right now. At the top of this question, you will write down supplementary angles. That's very important that you have, that it sticks out, that you have those questions on your study sheet, maybe perhaps, right? So I will make sure you understand that, hey, this is a little different. It's a little different, just a little twist to it. Okay. So what are supplementary angles, you may ask, right? If you, for example, just draw one of these next to it, right? It's simply this, guys. If you focus on that point, if this is 100, what do we know about the inside angle here, inside the triangle? 80, right? Like a straight line, along a straight line, whatever intersects it, it's still 180, right? So that is basically the... What about complementary? Do you remember? Complementary are two angles, two or more angles that add up to 90. It's right to complement someone. It's right to complement. So try to remember that. But this is supplementary specific. So let's get started. You can tell that there will be more than one triangle, most likely. Okay. So watch this. The angle of elevation to the top of the tree from point B is 42 degrees. So let's just check, right? Point B, angle of elevation is always measured to the horizontal. So yes, that totally makes sense. From point C, which is 70 meters closer, right? So point C is right here, and we're told that it's 70 meters closer to the tree. Everything adds up. The angle of elevation to the top of the tree is 58 degrees. Okay, so we know this is 58, we know this is 42, everything checks out, right? What are they asking? How tall is the tree? Okay, they're basically asking ultimately for this part. How tall is the tree? So what you need to do in this case, how many triangles are there? Two, right? One, two. There's a third one. I hate to break it to you, but there's actually a third one on the outside, right? But yeah, two is a good answer. That's what I'm actually looking for. So break this down into two triangles. And you shouldn't be starting, it does matter which one you start with. Which triangle, which one of these triangles has more information? This one. This one has this side, and it has an angle. Is there perhaps a way that we can introduce even more information? You see that? Do you see that supplementary angle here? You see this here? Right? If this is 58, then I can tell that the inside here, this part, is going to be what? 180 minus 58, right? So let's go arrow out. 180 minus 58, and that is 122. So now you have even more information. So let's write that in there. Let's write that in here, 122 degrees. You now know more than you knew before. Okay, this is actually step one. That's the first step I took. So try to like investigate, like what can I do without even doing sine law, cosine law? What can I already do, right? So right now, this triangle here, you've got two angles and a side. And someone somewhere over here said, if you know two angles in a triangle, you actually know the third, right? Was that you, Zach? Okay. So I should probably print that quote here, and it's exact, right? So let's figure out this angle right here. This is step number 2. So we know that 180 minus the 42 minus 122. And what does that add up to? Oh, you did the math already. Okay, good. 16. So now we know that that's 16. So it's even more information. Okay. Let's put next to this sum of angles in a triangle is 180. Maybe, oops, not 1800. 180. Okay. That's what I'm using here. Okay. And here I'm just using supplementary angles. I'm just going to go supplementary there. That way you know, right, like what is happening here, right? So supplementary because they're along a straight line. This one just happened. Once I have 2 angles, I can find the third one. And now you have what? You have a pair. This is going to get too messy. I have a feeling that it's going to be too messy. But this one and this one form a pair. Okay? Yes. And so let's go ahead and solve that. So step 3, which side would we want to solve for? Anmol. This one here? This one? Okay. All right. So let me just think about it for a minute here. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. So you want to solve for this one. And then you will know this angle, this long side, and you will know what is this right here, guys? What angle is in here? It's a 90, right? Because the height is always measured at a 90. Yeah. I know that because this line represents the height of the tree, right? And we always measure height at a 90. Yeah, exactly. We're talking about the height of the tree. Okay. All right. What I'm going to suggest is this. I'm going to move in and find this one that gets me closer to this. I'm pretty sure your way will work. I'm very confident. So just go with it. Okay. But I'm going to go with this one here. I'm going to call this Y. Okay. So at this point, I have my pair here. So sine of 16 degrees. I know it's a little busy, guys, but you can do this. Focus, right? Sine of 16 over 70. And then I'm going to pick, to find Y, I need to pick which angle? The 42, right? It's across from Y. So sine of 42 over Y. There we go. Let's solve for Y. So cross multiply and divide. So as you can tell, what's happening now is that it's not just going to be like, oh, just do sine law and then I'm done. You might have to do multiple steps to get there. You multiply this out, and I have the answer here. It's 215.37. But that's not my answer yet, is it? No, it's not. Okay. So orange, maybe? Orange. I told you, right? Highlighters are really a good asset in this course, right? So that's the side I just found. So because it's so busy, guys, I'm going to cut this one out. So watch this. This is triangle number 2. This one here is cut out. X is what I'm trying to find. I just found that this is 215.37. Highlighter. Okay. And what else do I know about this triangle here? Just read, right? The 58 comes with you. Right, you have another pair here. Like this gives you a pair because this is a 90 there. So sine of 90 over 215.37. And then sine of 58 is going to be over x. Oh, did I say step 4? I did not. So watch this. Step 4. Some students like, hey, this is step, 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 right? So step 4 is here. Cross multiply and divide. Anybody remember what sine of 90 is? It is 1. Yeah. So you cross multiply and divide. You got to divide by sine of 90, which you all know is 1. Right? Yeah, I wouldn't do it. No. The reason why I stick with the steps is because later on we do more, and so some students might think, oh, it's just multiply the 2. Don't worry about the last one, right? I don't want that to happen. That is 144.11. This is the height of tree. Done. So Anmol had wanted to solve for this one out here, and I can see that it would work because ignore this one then. You have to ignore it. You have the 90 across from that, and then you use the sine of 42 to find this. Yeah. Did you do it already? Oh, it would work. I promise you. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so I want you to try it. Next page, right next page, I want you to try one of these. But actually before, I will tell you the pages that you can find these in, okay? So write down at the corner here, more. Do you want more? Not really. But here it is anyways. Write this down. Page 273 to 274. Page 282, question 7 only. And then page 286, all of it, right? So I want you to go fish them out and work through those because they're a bit scattered in the booklet. I want you to just focus on those today, okay? So for at least do one today. Go right next door, right after this. There's one right there, and give that a try. I know you can do it. Yeah, just like a little covering it up. Okay, guys, go back. I need to fix this, otherwise you're going to be confused. Make sure you make a correction. Is that what it is? Ah, I know why it happened. It's just because I keep changing this booklet. I did not change the answer. My bad. It's still orange though. It's still orange. So that will change my final answer? No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't, but I will go here, change this, change that. This is 169.93. 169.93. It's still 144.11. So the the height of the tree did not change because lo and behold, I actually did it a Mole's way in my book. In my original, I did find this one, it was 215. But the height of the tree doesn't change, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which route you take, you still get this as your final answer.
So wait,
He wanted to solve for this one, which is 215. And then you kind of gotta ignore this line and just draw your right triangle with 215 here. And this one is 42 then, right? This one? It works. It works. Yeah. Thank you guys. Was it Jeru and interview? Okay. Good, good. We fixed it. Go work. Ready? There's A. You're writing this down? You're writing this down? You're writing this down? This ends up being the same actually. Same answers for both. That's not a type. That is actually what it is. So this is on page 275, 273. Sorry, your answers there.